Alright, in this video we're going to talk about making a burn bowl. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our materials. First thing you're going to need is a log. This is going to be the basis of our burn bowl. So find yourself a log about the size of a bowl you're going to want, and we're going to split this in half. After you karate chop your board in half, what you're going to want to do is try and find a nice flat piece. We're going to flatten this log out just a little bit more. We did a little bit of work on it with our hatchet. So once we've got our nice surface, we're just going to start making a bowl, just a small one, by carving in with our knife. This will just give us a nice place that we can set our ash before we start burning our actual bowl. Don't need to get it too deep, just deep enough that it'll hold our hot ash in place. After you've got your divot started, we're just going to get ourselves a nice pair of chopsticks or tongs. We're going to find ourselves a nice hot coal and set it right in that divot.
So Taylor's using some lung power here. I'll talk for him. This is the little pocket bellow we showed in one of our other videos. Super easy to make, and it does speed up this process. So it's pretty slow going, this whole process. We're just using that hot coal to heat up this piece of wood. This piece of wood is a little damp, so it's going to take a little extra work. The benefit of the little bellow is, as you can see, it gets you well away from the work. You don't have to be laying down in there burning your cheeks off. But you can probably just make out underneath there, we're starting to get a little bit of char on the piece of wood. That's what we're looking for. We're using this hot coal to heat up this piece of wood and slowly burn it away.
Something you want to be careful about when you're doing this is you're not blowing too hard. If you're blowing too hard, you're going to send your ash flying. So make sure you're just blowing hard enough to keep that little fire alive, and you're not sending your ashes flying all over the place.
You can see he's coming in. We just have a stick here that we've kind of carved down to a chisel shape. And what you want to do is you just want to come in and grind out all of the charred, really ashy stuff. You can use all kinds of stuff to do this. If you're keeping it pretty primitive, you can use sticks. See, he's just got a rock here. You can get in there with that rock and really grind out the edges, almost like you're using a mortar and pestle or something. But really get in there, grind out all that charred stuff, and then you can keep the process going as long as you want. But you can see, nice little bowl shape. It's actually perfectly bowl shaped. That's the good thing about this. It makes the forming of the basic shape really easy, but you can take this as far as you want. Again, it is a patience thing. We're probably about 10-15 minutes into this. You can see how much progress we've made. It's actually quite a bit. Now, if you're wanting to do this down the whole length, it would take a while, but if you're just wanting a bowl up here, make your bowl shape, and then you can carve the rest of the wood around that.
Once you get it down to this, you can either keep shaping the outside of your bowl, or if you don't want it, you can just leave it as is.
Alright folks, there it is. It's not much to look at. You see, it's pretty deep. I don't know, we maybe had 25-30 minutes in this total. We just hacked it down a little bit, pretty rough. You can refine these as much as you want or as little as you want. The end result is a usable vessel. This pretty sturdy, probably hold a little bit of water in there, but the inside you can scrape down and clean it up as much as you want. See, it's pretty deep, but you can make these as big as you want, as small as you want, and as nice as you want. Just for a usable purpose, to me, they don't have to be that pretty. So that's what you've got, something that's not that pretty. But that gives you the basic idea. It's just a little bit of patience, some coals. You can make a pretty nice little usable vessel relatively easily. The good thing about these, instead of putting a bunch of blisters on your hands using knives or spoon gouge or something like that, just takes a little bit of lung power. So to me, that's like cardio. But like I say, it goes intricate as you want or as simple as you want. Doesn't take too much work. Make sure you're using a wood that is safe to use. This is just a piece of maple. You don't want to use anything that might have any toxins or anything in it. But the inside, that can be cleaned out more with some stones, some water. You can even use like leaves and stuff like that that have a little bit of abrasive quality to them. You can put some sand in there and really rub it in and get all that char out of there. Doesn't really hurt anything, but it can affect whatever you're putting in there flavor wise a little bit. But it's a nice, quick, little easy way to make a vessel. And hope you learned something. Give it a try. Thanks.